Hello for the qualifying session for MotoGP here in the Netherlands. Currently I'm still in the secondary commentary box while they finish up at Formula 3. I usually say F3, but for some reason it's Formula now, very formal. But they are currently finishing up. I think we're about to do the podium ceremony. I'll hand over to TNT in the meantime, however.
You know, he did that in the first laps in Mugello in the race, and he took a lot of risk, and it was great to see, but his pace just wasn't quite good enough. He's got another chance.
Yeah, and maybe a chance also for Alex Marquez as well in the Gresini team. Fermin Aldeguer had a busy day yesterday. He had a crash, but he also had this phenomenal save. It was 8th fastest in that last session. Just take a look at this one. This is just showing. It's even better in slow motion, isn't it? We can go down to the Gresini pit as we watch him just slide round, watch the back. Rachel is down there with Michele Mazzini from Gresini to get the latest.
Michele, that save from Fermin, we just watched it. It was a bit spectacular, wasn't it, yesterday?
Yeah, it was a big one, a little bit scary, but fortunately, luckily, he kept the throttle on, so he saved it. And he managed to bring the bike to the garage.
Second week, unfortunately, has to go through Q1, only by, I think it was 0.29 in the end. So really, really tight. Does this matter? Obviously, we know he's still coming back from the kind of arm surgery, which I think affected him a little bit in Mugello, didn't it?
A little bit the FP1 in Mugello, but now he's okay. The big things is that for us, for a rookie, is more important, it's crucial the Friday, because it's the first practice where you don't have some reference on track, so you have to build up the weekend with the MotoGP, and he is always a bit struggling compared to the other rider, but this is the important is that until the Sunday race we keep improving and we'll still make it.
Are you surprised how close everyone is in every session this weekend?
Yeah, I'm surprised, but he's still a part of the process, and I think that he's a big talented guy, and he's still shown his potential, but we have to keep always the feet on the ground and made a step by step.
A quick word on Alex as well. Obviously, he was really fast yesterday, second, even though he did have that off as well in practice. The first person to go off in that one. In terms of this weekend, though, he seems like he has the pace once again, like he did last week.
Yes, he's like this, is the pace. We just now reach the target to be on the first row in the qualifying, and style to try to manage to keep an advantage with Mark and Pecco, but we will try like always.
Good luck this weekend.
Thank you very much.
So Fermin Aldeguer going in this first qualifying session, and how fantastic for him to have Alex Marquez on the other side of the garage, and how much he can learn from Alex.
100% on the same bike, you can compare the data. This is just so important for a rookie, you know, to learn how to ride those bikes properly. To learn how to tweak, you know, to make those little differences, how to use the package, how to use the tires and get a better out of everything. So yeah, and with Gresini as well, we know that there's a great atmosphere in there. We know that the riders help each other, the technicians work together, and the engineers for the better of the team. So yeah, it's a great environment for him to learn, and well, certainly he's showing his talent.
Yeah, it really is. They're brilliant on and off track, aren't they, Gresini? Both of the Prima Yamahas going through in this session. Miguel Oliveira and Jack has to try to get through to Q2.
Yeah, they got a chance. It's a really difficult to call because it was so close, and the lap times are so close. It's very difficult to see who's going to get through. You know, you got the guys like Raul Fernandez as well. Yep. Really quick and solid in Mugello. So yeah, and any of those guys could get through.
And Alex Rins, you know, we're looking at him now. Obviously, Fabio Quartararo flying high this weekend at the front of the field. Surely you'll be looking at his data and seeing where he can make up a bit of time.
Yeah, of course. And Alex is getting better, and he is getting more confidence as well. So obviously, he's hopefully feels inspired by his French teammate Fabio Quartararo.
Yep, here we go then. Our first qualifying session of the day. We'll head back to Neil and Gav.
Thank you very much, Susie. Yep, we're ready to go, and just.
Right, that is me taking over now for the the first part of qualifying one. Unfortunately, I am, hold on, just gonna flick to the qualifying screen. Fortunately, I'm still in the secondary box, but given that they are about to do the podium for F3, you will be with the main box very shortly, which means that very shortly you will still be with the sector times, which I know everyone wants. I want the sector times as well, trust me. Because I'm a very analytical person and I miss the sector times and it's making me go a little bit crazy. Oh, actually, do I have the sector times? I think I do. See? There. Oh, no. There. So you can see the sector times right now. Thank goodness for the qualifying screen. Right, 14 minutes left to go of qualifying 1, and the podium session must be getting underway very soon. So it'll be a change up of... It'll probably buffer from second or two, or you'll have to go back onto it. So just see how it goes with passing over to the main commentary box very shortly after they wrap up their show. So currently in qualifying 1 is Bastianini, Ralph Fernandez, Salvadori, Binder, Chantra, Mia, Aleix Spargo, Rins, Jack Miller, Aldeguer, Ayagura and Oliveira. Now Ralph Fernandez usually does amazingly well in qualifying 1 sessions, so that's one of my picks for going through into the qualifying 2 session, not seconds. Why do I keep mixing up the words second and sessions? Obviously I need more coffee, but I have no more coffee. So I'm just going to have to deal with this caffeinated brain right now. That's what happens when you get the exact amount of sleep you're meant to, instead of getting either less or more. Why is the human body like this? Right, so I think Aldeguer will be the first to actually meet the line and start a proper lap time. And see, this is a lot better with sector times and all. I mean, it's a lot happier for everyone, including me. Weirdly, Aldeguer did not have a good sector 1, though the rest of his sectors seem to be doing quite well. Yeah, you can relate to that. Yeah, why is sleep like that? I don't know why. Weirdly, I've always functioned better on 3 hours sleep, but that's not healthy. Right, so 12 minutes left to go of qualifying 1, and I actually have up-to-date timing to this, so please do not buffer again. I don't think I could take much more of that. Right, Jack Miller tops the session currently. Did a 132.253, and immediately there goes Ralph Fernandez into tops position. I think that's his first run as well, so that is Ralph Fernandez doing a 132.047, and this is always ahead of that, just slightly, like 30 seconds. It didn't even buffer. How is it 30 seconds behind? Do you know what? It's better than a minute. Better than 2 minutes. Right, so Jack Miller, according to this, is top of the session, but he did a 132.253. Ralph Fernandez doing his 132.047. That's only 33 thousandths of a second behind. Ahead of what Ayagura did. Ayagura in second position with a 132.080. For me, Furman and Raul into Q2. Do you know what? That is quite a good shout, actually, especially since those are in first and second, so you're probably onto something there. Oh no, Aldeguer slightly outside of that. But Aldeguer has only just come out onto the circuit. I think he went out a little bit later, so do you know what? Aldeguer usually does quite well on these as well, especially given the bike that he is on, and he's just really talented in like that. Yellow flag is out, sector 3. Who is that on the timing screen? Who has stopped? Who has stopped? That is Rins, I think. Slightly went off of the thing. No, it's Ayagura. They were in the same sector, so obviously Rins' lap time's about to go kaput, I think. Right, so Ayagura's crashed out in sector 3. That was at turn 8. Turn 8. Just one corner away from where we saw Marc Marquez having issues with wobbling. I reckon that is an area. Is there bumps around that area which we don't know about? And what's that there? What's that? Mia goes into second place now, with Raul Fernandez in third. Raul has a 131.656. Mia has a 131.820. Yellow flag is still out in sector 3. I'm imagining they're just collecting the bike right now for Ayagura's crash. And here is Ayagura's crash. What does he do? Does he catch the same area that Mark did? Oh no, he just went far too low. Do you know what that looked like then? It looked like he overestimated how much he had to actually turn, and then he just, because you see his leg kind of go up more than it should. That is way too close. I apologise for that, because it went down when I went like this. So his leg went up, and I think that means he must have already dropped it into the entrance of turn 8, and then he just couldn't hold on anymore, and the bike just slipped away from him, and for a time he went with it. That is... Oh, what was that? Rins' lap time gets completely ruined. Who just ruined that? That was Bastianini ruining Rins' lap time on the final sector. Oh my goodness, there's going to be words with them as well, jeez. So that was not good from Bastianini there, because he had the option to actually go to the other side of him. That would not have ruined his lap time, but lo and behold, he decided to ruin his lap time. Here's a replay of said situation, and Rins going around the corner. And you just see Bastianini cutting directly in front of Rins. I mean, Bastianini had already gone off slightly onto the curb, so, and he saw someone else was directly next to him. Why not just give up your own lap time? It's not going to be a good one anyway, and you've just completely ruined not only your own lap time, but also Rins' lap time, which is going to make Rins angry at him. And Rins had a really good lap time, and given the fact that he has not had such a great few race weekends, that's going to be really frustrating for Alex there. And I can imagine he's going to be wanting to have a couple of words with Bastianini there. And what is going on with that ride height device for Aldeguer? It looks like he's on a rocking horse. That's not normal. No wonder he crashed yesterday. Geez, I wonder if that was going on at the same time. No, the red flag is not out, at least. I mean, that is good, though it's now being investigated by the stewards between Rins and Bastianini for the impeding that happened, the blatant impeding. Honestly, Rins deserves compensation for what has just happened, because that's not good. And it's penalty. I don't know. I would say the most that you probably would get would be... Do you know, I'm not even sure it's going to have any investigation to it after this. Probably no further investigation. We usually go like that. But heading back out on the circuit, a lot of them now. I mean, the only one still out there is Aldeguer on his rocking horse of a bike, apparently. Seriously, what is going on with those ride height devices? I hate the ride height device, because it's caused nothing but problems this year, especially for like people like Quartararo. Mark's had a lot of problems. Bagnaia has had a lot of problems. But now apparently it's making bikes look like rocking horses, so no wonder there was crashes yesterday going on. Wonder if they were the cause. Typical. Here is Aldeguer on his rocking horse. And what is his sector times looking like? Not good. He had a decent sector 1, but that is not the same amount of time that you would usually see from Aldeguer. I mean, he's in 9th. The man can do better. Who's this heading out on the track? Do you know what? I generally do not know who that was, because that genuinely looked like Aldeguer going out onto the track again. But that was not Aldeguer heading out to the track. My only guess is the fact that that might have been one of the track houses. But given Ayagura, it could be Ayagura on his second bike. Do you know what? It probably was. That would make a lot of sense. I can smell smoke coming out of the open window here of the commentary box. Someone must be having a barbecue. Yeah, that's definitely the scent of coal being aflame. Or brick. Do you know what? We'll see. 4.5 minutes left to go of this session now, and having a little problem there again is Aldeguer. 72 thousandths of a second behind the time of Ralph Fernandez, estimated third position. Also, you're so close with Aldeguer possibly getting... Do you know, if you can really quicken up during this final sector, you might get your wish of Aldeguer and Rao going through. And you do get that wish. Aldeguer goes top of a session with a 131.637. That's 19 thousandths of a second faster than Ralph Fernandez's time. So you get your wish of Aldeguer and Ralph Fernandez going through into Q2. That's if no one can do better. Jack Miller is currently looking quite decent, but he's only in Sector 2, so he's got the evil zones coming up of turn 7 and turn 12. Watch out for Jack Miller, yeah. Jack Miller's estimated first position now. He's in Sector 3, well, halfway through Sector 3. And that is also Binder estimated to go probably at least, I'm going to say 4th. Aldeguer's currently 1/10 faster than his own fastest time, and I feel like this has gone far too close to my mouth again. So 3 minutes left to go of the session, and a little bit of a battle going on there. Please do not impede each other. You are teammates, I'm pretty sure. Or at least in the same factory team. Like, engine team. You know what I mean. I can't function right now. Right, Binder, 6 thousandths of a second faster than time. It's gone down now. Miller goes third with a 131.704. Binder goes sixth with 131.329. Aldeguer is currently 59 thousandths of a second faster in his own time, but then immediately loses about a 10th of a second. Jeez, I sound like an auctioneer or a horse racer. Like, do you know, a horse race commentator? Salvadori being this high up. I know! 5th position. He seems to be really taking to the bike now, especially in Q1 sessions. I mean, I want to see more of this from Salvadori, because Salvadori has... I think he has a lot that he can, like, show throughout the sessions. 2 minutes left to go of the session now, and that is Miller up by 92 thousandths of a second. Could he get through to Q2? I do not know. Mia is also about 2/10 faster than Aldeguer's time. Though, yet again, both of those people are currently in Sector 3, meaning they have not met the areas of the track where it is absolute bedlam. For those that don't know that reference, it means crazy or manic. It's a saying here in England. We usually attribute it to traffic. At this rate, Aprilia might as well keep Salvadori until the end of the season. I'm also someone who rooted for Martin last year. Do you know what? I agree with you. Martin, A, needs the time to recover, because last time that did not work out well for him. And B, I really think that Salvadori would benefit from having an entirety of a season in non-interruptions. They may as well just keep Salvadori in, especially with how Martin doesn't want to ride for Aprilia anymore. Do you know what? Yeah. I mean, the man hasn't even technically done a race for them. He's done half a weekend. He didn't manage to do the race, I don't believe. Raul and Johan setting red sectors. Yes, they are setting really good sector timers. And do you know what? Mia might be able to get into the qualifying too. But Raul Fernandez is looking quite quick throughout his lap currently as well. Currently 2/10 down, but Mia is currently 2/10 up. Actually, no, it's 2/10 up for both of them. We're about the same either way. Both in Sector 3, though. Quite similar. Actually, they are behind each other. They are behind each other on the track, so Mia is probably getting a toe off Raul Fernandez right now. I'm not going to lie. Martin have done the whole weekend in Qatar. Did he? I didn't know he actually managed to get through the race. Oh. So he's done one race for them. And he was just like, no, that's enough. It's probably a good thing he got injured then if he wasn't happy. Right, so Mir's about to cross the line. I don't know what he can do. He goes second, but Aldeguer's also got a fastest times, about a 10th up from the time, so he might take over Mir's newer second place title, and he does. Aldeguer goes second with a 1:31.557, and that means you were right with Aldeguer and Ralph Fernandez going through. So you've got your wish going into Q2. That means Ralph Fernandez. There isn't a red flag. I don't know why that says interrupted, because we've had 0 problems. I don't know why it says interrupted. I've only just noticed that, and being pointed out by Joshua. But Ralph Fernandez goes top and goes through to Q2 with a 1:31.517. Aldeguer is in second, going through to Q2 with a 1:31.557. Very close times there, only 40,400ths of a second between the two of them. Mir goes third, very good attempt from Mir though, I will admit that. And fourth is Jack Miller, also very good attempt. Salvadori goes fifth, surprisingly, very good for him. And sixth is Binder, slight improvement from usual. Seventh is Bashani, Oliveira is eighth. Ninth is Rins, Ayagura is in 10th. 11th is Alicia Spargo, and 12th is Shantra. Shantra, very usual from him. But I'm going to pass over to TNT now, so that we can pass over to the main commentary box.
Salvadori ahead of Brad Binder. And Ea Bastianini, then Miguel Oliveira, 8th in that session. Alex Rins was 9th. Disappointing, because you think his pace is better than that. Agura 10th after a spill at the start of the session. Alicia Spargo 11th, Somkiat Chantra bringing up the rear of the grid, but by minuscule amounts in the end, Susie. Fermin Aldeguer by 4 thousandths ahead of Joan Mir, and this man, Ralph Fernandez, by just 400ths going through into Q2.
Yeah, that was some session, wasn't it? Tremendous full track house for Raul and for Fermin, for Grassini, and just so narrowly missing out. It was so tight. My question to you is, how did Fermin manage to do those times, like lap after lap after lap on the same time?
Yeah, well, it looks like the tires, even though they are very, very similar to last year. Well, the rear ones are actually exactly the same in compound and in structure as well. But the front have got a slightly different structure, and it just looks like it's taking a little bit of time for the tires to come in. And Joan Mir there, he was on a great lap time up to the third sector, and unfortunately his last 2 laps lost some time in that last sector. So Aldeguer was really quick there, and you'll see there Joan Mir in that last chicane. Everything looks good, and on the change of directions, just a little bit wide there on the change of direction, and that's it. You know, that was like half a tenth, and that cost him his place in Q2. So a great effort, and really close lap times for.
He just had it, didn't he, for a couple of seconds before Fermin came in.
Yeah, Fermin was really strong. The Ducati is really strong in that last sector. But I mean, like we said before, impossible to call. I mean, they're all in within a tenth.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't been this tight for such a long time. It's not like it's a short track either around Assen, is it?
No, yeah, really tight. All the manufacturers really tight, and we've seen that throughout the practice as well. You know, with 4 different manufacturers in the top 4. So yeah, we've got a real fight on there. For the first time, no manufacturer is dominating, and it's looking really good.
It's not looking good for Alex Rins, though, isn't it? Having to go from 19th, he's got his teammate, you know, right up there at the top. What's going on with Alex, do you feel?
Yeah, it's not great. Not great, and obviously a frustrating moment during that session as well. Losing his sort of first time attack. He was on a PB, and yeah, with Ea Bastianini, yeah. So there was some kind of misunderstanding there. So yeah, for Alex, it's not clicking together at the moment.
No, frustration for Alex Rins. Let's go and find out what the team boss is thinking. Mayo Marigali is talking to Rachel Stringer.
Mayo, obviously in there was a little bit of a moment between Alex and Enea. What did you make of it?
Yeah, for sure, even if he was not in a super hot lap, but in any case he was on his hot lap. Yeah, Enea for sure didn't do on purpose, but watching TV, I think he did a mistake.
Yeah, frustrating, of course, for Alex as well, not going through to Q2. Fabio, though, is, and looked pretty good yesterday. He'd spoken openly about how he thought the Yamaha would do well here, and it seems like it's the case at the moment.
Yeah, yesterday morning he was a bit disappointed because the bike didn't behave as he wanted. I think the boys did a good job because they were able to put together a package that he really liked. And yeah, he did a very good lap. Now I think he's quite focused, and I think he has something in his mind.
He's focused and he's confident. That came out when I spoke to him yesterday.
Yeah, yeah.
And talk to me about the conditions as well, because you would have hoped the conditions were like this. They're pretty perfect for the Yamaha, aren't they?
You know, here for sure lower temperature is good for us, but Assen usually is a circuit that the temperature really doesn't affect much the tire and the behavior of the tire. No, we arrive here honestly with some hopes, because we knew that for sure was going to be different than Mugello, where it's been a very tough weekend for us. We started well, and now it's a matter of to keep the performance there.
Fingers crossed it's more like Silverstone, where we know what happened for Fabio there, pole position, and let's hope for a good race as well.
Yeah, I keep the finger crossed.
Thanks, Mario. Good luck. Cheers.
So Raul Fernandez and Firmino Aldeguer going through to Q2, which will be coming up in a couple of minutes' time. What would you say is the holy grail around here in terms of a bike? Is it the nimble feeling of the bike that works around Assen?
Well, Ducati's been dominating the last few years, so yeah, I'd say here it's particular in a way. I'm actually going to disagree with Mario there about the tyres, because it does make a big difference. We've seen it with the tyre allocation, especially this weekend. Yesterday, all these crashes with the medium front, nobody's able to use that medium. And that's going to be a major key for the race, because if you can use the front tyre, the soft front tyre, in a better way than the other manufacturers, you're going to make a huge difference. And we know that obviously the allocation is limited. You know, each rider gets 22 tires, 12 rears, 10 fronts, but they can only have 5 of one specification. So they can, if there's only the soft front that works, they can only have 5 of them. So the tire management and the way the tires work is going to play a huge part.
The weather is supposed to change tomorrow. If you did go for a soft for the sprint today and make it work, what's the scenario for tomorrow?
It's about the temperature, basically. So there's like a temperature range that will suit that medium, and it will come into play at some point. Yesterday we saw that around the 23-24 degree mark, track temperature, it didn't work, and it was just really on the edge. They need 30 plus, basically. So if the sun comes out, that breeze goes away a little bit, then we're going to see the mediums and maybe see the hards as well.
And that is what's supposed to happen, but tomorrow, not today. Today we're expecting it to kind of stay like this. It's a little bit overcast with this breeze blowing through. Now, how vital is this session? We've got Pedro Acosta up there this weekend. He likes this track. Fabio Quartararo being fastest so far across the weekend.
So important, that session, you know. On this track as well, at the start, because of the nature of the track and that first section that is you know, that kind of like tight and slow, you're making huge difference in time. Like by the end of lap 1, if you're not qualified well and you're around the top 10, you're going to be 3-4 seconds behind, and that's going to be almost impossible to make up during the race. So especially for the sprint, qualifying more than ever is the main key around.
And what a big
weekend.
session it is for this man that we're looking at now, Pecco Bagnaia. This is possibly his best chance so far this season to get up there and get ahead of Mark, because Mark, if you're just joining us, had a couple of crashes yesterday. He's feeling very second best today, not operating at 100%. Big chance for Pecco.
100%. Probably the best one so far. And he had a fight in him in Mugello. Couldn't quite make it happen. But here, Mark is a little bit on the back foot now with those 2 high-speed left-hander crashes that he had yesterday. So he's in pain. He's not 100% with his confidence and his body. And it's an opportunity for Pecco. So a really important session now.
And that's not us saying that Mark's not going to get pole position, by the way.
No.
You just never know with Mark. But genuinely not at 100%, Gav, as the clock starts to tick.
He might not be 100%, but his performance in getting out of pit lane and lining up right plumb behind his teammate Pecco Bagnaia was spot on. And he is hooked on to the rear of Bagnaia's bike, and on the back of Mark is Alex Marquez as well.
We haven't seen this tactic this year from Mark, but he
for a while
clearly feels like he needs it. There's one thing I know, this man will be not happy about it.
Yeah, pole here twice in the last 3 years. Michael Bezzecchi in between. He's not out of the running here. Fabio Quartararo also had pole here 5 years ago, so you know, has got it in him. Go on then. Who do you think is going to take it?
Well, we just had a vote in the commentary box. Steve Day thinks Pecco. Oh no, sorry. Fabio Quartararo. I think Fabio Quartararo. You said Fabio Quartararo. Michael Laverty's gone for the, well, it's not much of a wild card, but Bagnaia, who's not had a good, he's only had, what, 4 front row.
So as experts, none of us have gone for Marc Marquez. Mark, who's hiding from Pecco looking over his right shoulder there.
I'm nervous because they're going slow on the cold track with that wind. Mark surely just got in the way of Morbidelli. Morbidelli's sort of waiting. Oh, well.
Oh, and he slots him.
So now on your first flying lap, you don't want to push. You can't.
Yeah.
So this has made it all really messy.
And then Mark's going to now just pick up Frankie. I know it's coming. As soon as Frankie went in front, I was like, well, yeah. But Mark's going to just then have a go into the chicane. Here we go.
But essentially what happens now, so you turn into turn 1, and all I'd be thinking in the back of my mind, my inner voice is saying, turn 5, turn 5, turn 5, turn 5, turn 5. Because by the time you get round to turn 5, you've not really pushed on the left-hand side of the tyre, and you're going to lose the front.
It's going to be second laps here. It has to be.
It has to be. This is turn 5. This is the way you're going to crash. So you have to go slower through it. So you must lose time.
First split comes up here. Let's have a look. Yeah, Bagnaia and Marquez just ever so slightly quicker through there. But you have to feel, as you said, that's another one there. The amount of time for them to use that curve and it upsets the front of the bike. Happened when Marquez crashed there yesterday, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, all the bikes are there. The Yamaha looks worse, I must say. It's twitchy all the way down that straight.
It's actually Fermin Aldeguer. I thought it was Alex Marquez, but it's Fermin Aldeguer who's got in with this group.
Oh, well, that Pedro was just going to pull a move on Aldeguer on that change of direction. Did he make it stick? No, he didn't.
Through the fast right kink of the Mirren-Mare. And then through the Hugger Hider into the Rams hook. Turn 15, and here is Alex all by himself actually out the front. Normally got Mark behind him, but Mark switched his attention to his teammate here. So first benchmark 131.5 from Alex, Bagnaia 31.5, and then of course Mark goes to the top having followed his teammate 131.2, and it's that sector, the last sector of the racetrack, isn't it? Where having that marker will help you.
Absolutely. When you go into that penultimate corner, just carry that bit more corner speed, close the gap, and then a marker into the final chicane really helps. But it's going to be this second lap, I think, that we're going to see them go faster.
Hello everybody, Josh Birch back with you now that we've finally got our timing screen sorted out for qualifying sessions. Apologies that it just took a while because the qualifying screen on the main computer wouldn't load, so I had to reset it. But we're back now with the full information deltas. 11 minutes to go then. Marc Marquez 131.284. Alex Marquez, Bagnaia, Bezzecchi, Morbidelli, Viñales, D'Antonio, Aldeguer, Acosta, Ralph Fernandez, Zarco and Quartararo still yet to set a time. And as Megan was talking to you about in that first session, how fantastic is it as well that we've got such a great runaround to see Fermin Aldeguer in this session getting through into the second session. Alex Marquez estimated to go fastest overall at the moment. He's got 4 tenths up in that third sector. Bagnaia up as well. So is Marc Marquez. So is Franco Morbidelli. Alex first across the line, then goes top. 131.150. Bagnaia next, followed by Mark. The two across the line. Bagnaia 131.059. Mark 131.149. Morbidelli 131.328. He goes 4th. Acosta goes 7th. Zarco goes into 8th position as well. So there's it's a damp track still in the air, but there's definitely 100% more to be done, more distance, more gain to be given. It's not over yet here in the MotoGP Championship as they continue to run around. I Iceman, hello my friend, Mr. Birch. I want to thank you. When I started watching your channel in 2023, it brought back the interest I have been wanting to work in commentary despite my lack of confidence. I am delighted, Iceman, that you are now back in commentary. That means a lot, actually. It's been a difficult week for me and the team because we're all exhausted. Halfway stage of the season, we haven't had a break. We're all exhausted, so that actually means a lot. Thank you very much, Iceman. That's a pleasure. I'll be commentating a race that you'll be live streamed on YouTube on Sunday, and you're part of the reason I got to where I am. Thank you. That is so, so kind. Fabio Quartararo has taken provisional pole as Agostini watches on the Yamaha pit board to 1:31.047 for Fabi. He's top at the moment. Good luck in your commentary, Iceman, on Sunday. I hope you're going to enjoy it. Yeah, give us a message. Yeah, we'll get you on the team. Get you on for a couple of sessions. Give us a DM. You know all my socials. Sean's here. Hello, mate. If Mark can qualify this high up despite the crashes he had and his health, I think he will take the Tissot sprint and the race 100%. Mark's got a slight cut on his chin as well, and his genitalia was a little bit kicked yesterday as well. Not the best. Sorry about not being able to show the timing sectors until now, but we're back open for you. We've got that sorted. So yeah, sorry everybody. We just had to do a quick reset, but everything's back now. Hello, Tal, my friend. Nice to meet you, mate. Hello. So there's the free play, the final corner. So Quartararo is on provisional pole position as things stand. Megan's on her way back shortly in a second. Yeah. Charlie says those family jewels are suffering. They really were. Yeah. And also, if you know Marc Marquez, how much can you say without getting blocked? A large appendage he described yesterday as being dragged across the floor, so a little bit sore as well. But yeah, always good. Megan's on her way to the commentary box shortly. She's just de-rigging the other comms box, ready to go. Thank you. I'll give you guys a shout out on Sunday if I have the time for when I thank those who I work for this opportunity I got. Send me a link as well, and I'll take a look at the commentary as well that you're doing, Iceman. Send me a link. Good luck. And that means a lot, actually. I just want to say as well, thank you to everybody. 2,000 subscribers on the second channel, 9,000 on the main. It boggles the mind. We were just having a meeting about a week ago, me and the team, and we were shocked about how quickly the channels are blowing up. And we've got Wimbledon coming up as well, coverage from that over the week. We're just getting that planned. Hopefully we can get something sorted and get that out to you back at home. It's going to be a lot of fun. 6 minutes to go. Marc Marquez is coming back out onto the circuit as well. So fingers crossed he's going to be good to go. He's got a little plaster on. Oh, swings over he goes. I wonder if they might actually say, the MotoGP riders, they want more protection as well. You know, like in cricket you wear cups and things like that, and rugby. Mark pulls out. Fabio Di Giannantonio's come alongside him, and Fabi's like, after you, Mark. No, after you, Fabi. But they're now both going out together. So Di Giannantonio wants to tow Marc Marquez. He's not going to take no for an answer on that one as well. Sean says, I would wonder how Alexander Wirtz and Luca Badoa will react when they saw what happened to their sons in Formula 3 spin earlier, if we're both probably somehow watching at the paddock. They are both there, and I would not be at all surprised if there's a few swear words coming away, to be fair. Not the best 100%, is it, to come through? No. It's one of those situations, I'm afraid. 5.5 to go then. Bagnaia locking up the rear tyre, holds it in. Old soft front and soft rear. The only one who's got there brand new, well actually even Vinales in the pit lane, so the only one brand new at the moment, Raul Fernandez, brand new soft front, soft rear tyre. Everybody else is on a used set, and that's because of the conditions. Air temperature 21, ground temperature is 27. We've got the Moto E race coming up as well. I'll be on comms for race 1. Race 2 will be the world feed. That'll both be live on JBMotorsports 2, as well as Moto 3 and Moto 2 races. And the MotoGP this weekend, actually, yeah. If you're wondering why it's not on the main channel, it's that we're just securing the British Grand Prix. So afterwards, everything will return back to the main channel. It's just during the middle of the month, MotoGP shifts over to the second channel. so that everything's ready to go for the big events of the broadcasting year. Goodwood soon as well, actually, which is going to be a lot of fun. Bagnaia, second fastest, looking stronger. Although I don't know whether, yeah, swap it down. Oh, thank you, Will. That's very kind. All the love in the comments today. This is cheering me up. Thank you very much, everybody. Bagnaia then. Middle sector 2 was fastest. Morbidelli's got fastest sector 1. Alex Marquez and Marco Bezzecchi fastest in all 3 sectors so far, but Alex by about 3/10. Bagnaia doesn't improve over the line. Morbidelli 5th, Zarco 9th. Alex Marquez to provisional pole position. 1:30.811. Much better lap time. Grassini looking strong. Bezzecchi 4th, 1:31.060. Marc Marquez is 54 thousandths of a second faster at the moment, though. As Megan walks into the comms box at precisely the right time. Yeah, sorry about all the mess here to come through. Can you get your headset out? Mark is still looking strong. Quartararo 2,000ths off. Quartararo, though.
Walked into?
Hell. Quartararo, though, Megan. Top
that
in the
explains
session.
the wall.
Yeah. Quartararo, though, top in practice 2, looking stronger here.
Yes, he does seem to be doing quite good. I mean, hold on, can I just ask, how is Agura?
Agura's doing okay, yeah.
Okay, good, because he had a little bit of trouble with his ride height device in the qualifying one. It kind of looked like he was on a rocking horse rather than a bike.
Mark doesn't do it. 60 thousandths off the pace. It's a 1:30.871. Mark, who you saw the accident yesterday as well. It wasn't a big one, but
he
it was
looked
enough.
like he was being carried because he was drunk.
Fabio Quartararo is absolutely on form, though, at the moment as he comes to the last corner. Yamaha could be on for Techi's 4th pole position of the season. Over the line, and Quartararo is on provisional pole. Bagnaia has got 5 thousandths of a second at the moment. Is he going to take anything? Currently sitting in P4, middle front row. P2, 1:30.679. The top 3, hardly anything separating them.
Quartararo and Bagnaia have been looking quite good so far today. I mean, they're both setting quite good times and seeming to have a little bit more control over their bikes than usual, and that's good for both of them, to be honest. They have been suffering.
Still pushing, still closing. Acosta looking strong. D'Antonio could be on for provisional pole position here. 0.040 up fast in the middle sector. Acosta's 4/10 down. That KTM's not having any traction this weekend.
No. Maybe he tests out the tyres. I mean, what tyres is he on today? That's weird. Why are they all on the soft tyres? They need to do one of the mediums for one of them, because the bikes just aren't cutting it right now. D'Antonio goes up into 8th and Ralph Fernandez goes up into 10th.
Yeah, not really moving much, is it, with 1:30 to go?
Yeah, the bikes being on the soft compound tyres, they're degrading faster, and you're not seeing as much speed from the ones that need it. And look, they keep wobbling on both the first and second time. That was a slight off there from one of the R46s. I think that might have been D'Antonio on his last flying lap.
I was going to say, why were you standing like me for a second there? Oh, I'm fine, you're about folded. The Prince Charles effect.
I don't know, I was just...
King Charles?
Yes.
That's the thing, still call him Prince Charles?
That's because his mother was queen for 70 years and we all got stuck as seeing him as the prince instead.
The King of the Netherlands is going to be here on Sunday as well, actually, at this Grand Prix. Yeah, so
they're related.
He's going to be here. Over the line comes Alex Marquez. 3rd fastest, 1:31.251. He was really furious, actually, with... Who was in front of him? Was that Marco Bezzecchi? Yeah.
A lot of that going on today. Our King and their King are related.
Close it up. Viñales over the line and only improves to 10th. I don't think anyone's going to improve massively in this one. I think it's going to be Quartararo on pole.
Raul is the most likely to improve, but he'll only improve to like 7.
Yeah, not improving that much as well, the middle sector time being faster.
And 37, that's Acosta's lap time, has been cancelled due to track limits.
Well, this is going to be a fun day, isn't it, as well, as they continue to rise on.
I'm already craving lunch. I don't know why.
Checkered flags out. I don't think I get time for lunch.
You'll make time.
Over the line. 8th fastest for Digi, 1:31.507. Raul, 1:31.573. No one's improving. Bagnaia 2nd. That's it. Quartararo has pole position for the Dutch TT.
Marc Marquez, lap time cancelled due to shortcut.
So that's him done. Orange represents negative time. Red indicates faster time. Grey means they're pretty much average. So no improvement, no loss.
Yeah.
I need to trim my beard. It's getting really annoying now. Might do it in between the sessions. Got time.
We were going to do it a couple of days ago.
Yeah. Bezzecchi crossed the line, stays 5th. It's all over. Anticlimactic end to qualifying that because of the fear of the yellow flags.
Oh, did you have any more when I was away?
No yellows.
I did.
What did you have?
Ayagura crashed on turn 8, lost the front. Also, I've noticed problems with turn 7 in being quite wobbly, and at turn 12, third rider in MotoGP history to achieve 20 poles with Yamaha after Rossi and Lorenzo for Quartararo.
Yeah, the former world champion, Fabio Quartararo, is getting his groove back. That Yamaha looking stronger and stronger.
Was that another ride height device? Though?
No, he's doing a stop.
He better be stopping.
Yeah, he is, look. He's doing a practice start. Although technically
That's a ride height.
You're not supposed to do a practice start in qualifying. You're not actually allowed.
He don't look happy.
Not actually allowed to do a practice start in qualifying, so I don't know why he's doing it.
Probably testing out his ride height.
You're not actually allowed to do this.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Yeah. Unless they've changed the rule because we didn't have a lot of practice starts yesterday due to the red flags.
Probably did.
12 crashes we had yesterday in practice too.
Jeez. What corners?
7 and 8, yeah, same as you've spotted today.
There's a bump. There's a bump round there, and I know there is. It's 7 that's the cause, and 8 is where it gets you.
So, it's Fabio Quartararo on pole with Bagnaia 2nd, Alex Marquez 3rd, Marc Marquez 4th, Marco Bezzecchi 5th, Franco Morbidelli 6th, Ferdinand Aldeguer 7th, Fabio Di Giannantonio 8th, Pedro Acosta 9th, Maverick Vinales 10th, Ralph Rance 11th, and Johan Zarco is in 12th position. This was that shortcut motor thing from Mark.
Turn 1 and just lose it, and then has to go wide.
Yeah, and there's that shortcut. Okay, let's head down to TNT. Megan, thank you very much. We'll see you later on. Bye-bye. TNT.
Did his first flying lap. I thought he'd have gone again.
Still, I don't think you can count him out. He did 22 laps on a soft tyre earlier on, or put the final ones of the 22 laps on it. And if you say Fabio Quartararo's favourite, you could easily come back and say, well, how can you count out the man who's won 8 out of 9 sprint races?
You can't count him out, of course. You can't.
It should be fun. Assen provides great racing, tends to do that, a bit like Mugello, and yeah, Quartararo's favourite, but he's got 3 Ducatis behind him. Marco Bezzecchi is qualified on the 2nd row on the Aprilia. The Aprilia goes well around here. It looks like we're going to have some fun later on in this sprint.
Should be fun. Will it be fun?
Yes.
It's going to be fun.
It's always fun.
Well, it's nice when Mark's a little bit on the back foot because he's going to have to try and produce something.
Oh, we had fun, Susie, and we're going to have fun later. How about you to enjoy that? Fabio Quartararo back on pole. He's joined by Bagnaia, and Alex Mark is on the front row with Mark off it. It's going to be fun, isn't it?
100%. I don't even know why you're questioning it. Of course it's going to be fun. Fabio is in pole position. Michael is joining us in the paddock here. What a brilliant qualifying session for the young Frenchman.
He is back. He's a pole hound again this year, and he had lost that for a season and a half, 2 seasons, and now he can put the 1 lap time attack together so at one with his bike when he makes it work like that's beautiful to watch.
And he did it on his own. That was the most important part of that session. He was looking for that track space, wasn't he? So he could go out and not be interrupted by anybody else.
Yeah, the Yamaha's working good now. It's got its old strengths back. It likes to be by itself, run fast flowing, swooping lines, and that's when Fabio's at his best. He just nails every apex, and it doesn't need a wheel to chase. He's just so comfortable. He needs to get the start though this afternoon, but he's got good rhythm.
And really good in that last section.
Yeah, the last 2 sections for Fabio Quartararo, unbelievable. Using the strength for the Yamaha, so it's almost like we're back in the past, you know, with the strength of that Yamaha carrying the corner speed. I do feel like in the race, though, it's going to need the perfect start, and also as the race goes on, it could be vulnerable from turn 5 to turn 6. That drag race, you know, to turn 6 where the low speed turn 5 where the Ducatis are so strong.
Yeah, he's got those 3 dirty Ducatis, dogged Ducatis behind him that are going to want to get past him. Pecco Bagnaia having a decent session out there, putting his bike on the front row. Mark not so much because obviously, well, it's only the 2nd time this year his bike's not been on the front row, but we know he's not 100%. But Pecco kind of, you know, pushing as much as he could in that session?
Yeah, I liked what I seen from Pecco yesterday, so here's my tip for pole. Almost there, very, very strong. He looks good, the bike seems to be turning. You can just see the body language. As he hits the brakes into turn one, it's sideways, the rear's on the curbs, and it's not kicking back, it's not upsetting him. I think he's regaining some of his old feeling from 2024, so yeah, good to see, and I think Pecco has a realistic shot. Maybe not the sprint, because we know he doesn't like the small fuel tank, but I think tomorrow, especially in these cool conditions, he can make the soft tyre go the distance.
Confidence-inducing for Pecco this weekend then. And Alex Marquez once again on the front row. And the consistency of this guy, he's just been exceptional this year, hasn't he?
Unbelievable. You know, it's race after race after race, and he's got race pace again. And that 2024 Ducati really suiting him. So, yeah, Alex Marquez really close again. He spent the whole weekend, a lot of time as well on his own, working on that race rhythm. Just looks nice and flowy, and for a track like here in Assen, it just looks, it makes it look easy, makes it look effortless. So yeah, a great weekend so far for him. And again, you would think he's going to do a couple of solid results. I don't know if he's got a win in him. It probably, you know, that there's more edge to Pecco Bagnaia or Fabio Quartararo, but again, he's there and he's solid.
Michael, are you in agreement with that for this afternoon, or do you think Alex does have a chance of a sprint victory?
Yeah, you never know with Alex. It depends who he's up against. Obviously, we've been critical of late with the Mark scenario. He possibly isn't as aggressive, but yeah, if he gets a good start, he gets stuck in. Half race distance today, 13 laps. I think he has a shot. Anyone in the first two rows do, which is the beauty this weekend.
And what did you think of Marc Marquez in that session? Off on going to have to go from the second row. It looked like he was trying everything, maybe over-trying?
Yeah, I mean, well, he's clearly in discomfort. You know, you can see that he's not feeling his best. You can see that when he gets off the bike, you know, he's sort of like leaping back to his chair. So you know, he'll be battered. Those two crashes yesterday were massive. He was running the new Aero as well. Notice the difference. So Pecco is running the older Aero, the standard Aero, and he was running the new Aero. You see with his big sort of diffuser there, so maybe he's going to come back to the standard one for the race as well, but definitely physically battered, making a few mistakes and not able to you know, to extract the best of the Ducati. So yeah, I'd say that's his worst qualifying so far.
Yeah, it just, like I said, it's only the second time this year that he hasn't been on the front row. If you are just joining us and you didn't see the action yesterday, two big crashes for Mark, where there's not one particularly big injury, but battered everywhere, really. Battered and bruised, swollen chin. The elbow would be causing quite some problem. A lot of G, like 24G, I think he hit it at yesterday. Made his hand go numb at the time. Got some bruising and problems with the finger as well. Let's have a look at those crashes, if we can just dig them out, just in case you haven't seen them, because this is what's clearly affecting him today, Michael.
Yeah, battered and bruised. This was such a big crash. Ramsuk, you're back to 5th or 4th gear, depending on your setup. He kicks it back a little, too aggressive, too fast for the engine brake, and it snaps sideways. And yeah, you can see immediately pulling the glove off. He's got a numb left hand, but yeah, it's so physical, so fast going in here. When the rear walks around, very little you can do. And that was him already in trouble. Then you've got the Ruskin hook, the other fast section of this racetrack, changes direction. There's a little chance you can lose a little bit of temperature in the left side of the tyre, and I think that's been the case here for Mark. And down he goes, and he was quite critical of the stones. The gravel is quite big here.
He called them rocks, didn't he?
Rocks, yeah. It's obviously he is feeling second hand today, battered and bruised, not at his best, but sometimes he thrives in that, and he will, when the adrenaline kicks in this afternoon, he'll be back on form again.
Quite concerning that he still can't really walk properly. I mean, in a situation like that, when we're talking about, obviously, sort of banged this area, I don't want to say it because I don't want you to not be able to speak for a minute, but very, very painful for him. And in that sort of scenario, it looked like he was wearing a slightly bigger suit. Do you have a couple of sizes to choose from, or do you have just one regular super fitted suit and that's it?
No, not normally. Riders just have one made like, on measurement suit, what they feel comfortable with, and they actually don't normally want to change it at all because you want the same feel. Yeah. You know, you want to keep that consistency of feel.
And he's quite superstitious as well, Mark, isn't he?
Yeah, and it's just it's a lot about the comfort with the suit. You got to feel comfortable and not feel like you're being pulled or too tight as well.
I think that's the point, though, isn't it? If you're swollen in certain areas of your body and you put your normal suit on, then you're kind of squashing that swelling, aren't you?
Yeah, I think there's no two ways around this. You know, the problem is it's around the tank, and you have to be mobile on the bike, and it's gonna hurt. And it's not the only bit that's gonna hurt. You know, you could see when you got that kind of crashes, you know, you often see the riders walk off, and you feel, yeah, they've got no injuries, they're fine. These are fast crashes, like you said, Susie, 24G impact, fast impact. It's like being in a car crash. You know, you just the next day all the muscles go tight, and you feel tight on the bike as well. You're hurting everybody. So, like Michael said, though, adrenaline is, you know, it's going to work its magic. And yeah, and you know, we could see a different Marc Marquez for the race, but definitely you can see he's feeling it.
Yeah, you really can. His brother ahead of him, going from the front row. We can hear from Alex now. He's talking to Rachel.
Alex, congratulations on the front row here. In terms of that session, though, what were you the most pleased with in your performance?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, quite happy to be in front row, especially here. That I mean, to make one perfect lap always is difficult, you know, and we did it. So that is the main thing. And this morning we tried a few things in the setup that were not working. So we come back for the quali, and you know, the bike was like yesterday and was working again good. So happy for that. And I mean, this morning I was suffering a lot on T1 and T2. That yesterday I was quite okay. So if we fix that, we can be with Marc and Pecco. If not, we will need to suffer a little bit more. It's like this. So I mean, we need to be really, really awake. Here everything is so close, and here the mistakes, you know, you need to avoid the mistakes to make a good lap.
Yeah, quick word though on Bsky at the end. Would you have been able to get another lap in if there hadn't have been a moment? What did you make of that?
Yeah, I mean, he was slow that lap. I was coming not bad, you know, really close to my lap time. He saw the blue flags, but he don't go out, you know. In the last sector, I need to say that he was quite fast, but not enough for my lap. But I mean, yeah, he saw the blue flags, but he was in the middle. So, yeah, I mean, it's like it is. It's like this. Everybody trying to find the best space to make the lap, and it was like this.
One of those things, but congratulations on the front row.
Thank you.
Interesting, Michael, to hear that he said they were trying some different things and none of them worked.
Yeah, the GB24 is a well-sorted package, and they haven't had to really dig into the setup much this year, and that's been the strength for Alex. But searching, this is a unique venue in Assen, high-speed direction changes, perhaps just chasing a little bit more performance this weekend. Not finding it, but regained a bit of confidence, so not losing as much in the first sector. I do think Alex is always a threat this year. You can never rule him out, but yeah, a tougher weekend at the office for him so far.
Yeah, it sounds like it, doesn't it? But still remains on the front row, so a decent qualifying session for the young Spaniard. What about Pecco Bagnaia? He'll be going from the middle of the front row. Let's hear from him.
Pecco, front row here in Assen, one of your favourite tracks. How much confidence does that give you heading into this weekend?
A lot, and I'm very happy because I think it's the best weekend so far this season, and I'm just struggling a bit. I was always struggling a bit with the movement of my bike, but seems that we found some step, and it's just better. So happy. Surely this afternoon will be tough, but we need to start well, try to set our pace, and see if I have the chance to be the winner.
Can you elaborate on best weekend so far as well? You said you found something.
We found something, yes, already in Aragon, then in Mugello. I struggled a bit, but was a good result, by the way. And this weekend we are just started in a better way, better shape, and all the progress we are doing in this weekend seems that makes me much faster. So it's better, and we just need to continue like this.
Good luck this weekend. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, he obviously doesn't mean it was a good result in Mugello. It was his worst weekend of the year. But they've obviously found some issues and resolved some problems. And his favourite weekend so far is this one. That sounds good for him.
He looks pumped up, doesn't he? Yep. But we're not seeing him as positive as this since the start of the year. This is clearly the best he's felt, the best feeling, that front-end feeling that he's been, you know, sort of complaining and reporting about since the start. We've not heard that in that interview. We're just seeing, you know, we're seeing him happy, positive, and looking to go for the win. We've got a fight on. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so close, isn't it? Digi also has had the issues that Pecco's had with that bike, with that 25 bike, and they seem to be resolving them now as well. So it just seemed to be some light at the end of this tunnel.
Yeah, and we've talked to Davide Tardozzi a lot. They, at Ducati, have looked inwards. They're not saying the bike's capable of winning in Marc's hands. We need to re-engineer the package to get Digi get Pecco back on form, and they found the solution. So, yeah, obviously they stood by their man, they supported Pecco, and now he's got a smile on his face, and he's talking about a victory which hasn't been on his lips so far this season. So, yeah, we need Pecco back at his best, and it seems like slowly, step by step, they're getting there. And, yeah, looking forward to a fight this afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely looking forward to a fight. And let's hope that Fabio Quartararo can bring his A game as well. He certainly has been so far this weekend. Another pole position for the Frenchman. Hooray!
Fabio, congratulations. Your 4th pole position now. I think yesterday you kind of predicted you were going to go that fast, didn't you?
You know, I don't want to say, because to say is one thing, but to do it is a different thing. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty happy to be in a pole position. The goal was to be in the front row, so I think we managed a great job. And yeah, hopefully we can turn this pole on a great result.
How important was it to do those runs on your own? Because we saw you each time try and get some clear space.
Actually, being behind in this track for time attack was not a big issue, but I like to be alone. I always made my lap times alone, and I think that is pretty nice to do it like that, and I'm used to that. So was great, and I think that this afternoon will be a fun one.
Confidence even higher now. Good luck for later on.
Thank you very much.
There's a few smiling faces on that front row that we haven't seen too much of so far this season. Fabio Quartararo perhaps just trying to hold back a little bit, just saying it's very different to say something and then actually go out there and do it. Do you feel like this afternoon, with a good start, he's the man to do it?
It's possible to convert. In Coventry, we said this weekend looks a little bit more like Silverstone. Fabio was the winner at Silverstone, but for the red height device. So I think he's got a realistic shot. Turn 1 will tell the tale. If he leads out of turn 1, I think he can go on a 12-lap time attack and just get his head down, hopefully not get hassled by those Ducatis on the back straight.
Yeah, how much does he need this victory?
Yeah, it feels right as well. You know, I think after Silverstone, obviously, he was 5 seconds in front, and that red eye device going wrong. I think we all really felt for him, and it was heartbreaking to see him, you know, how disappointed he was, obviously. So it feels right that, you know, some better days are coming. Mugello last week was a disaster, basically. And now with the cooler temperatures, they're back in the mix. Got to say as well, Fabio is making the difference. The other Yamahas are absolutely nowhere near him. So he's making the difference again. He's feeling good, got confidence, and I absolutely agree with Michael. If he gets the start, he's going to be really, really hard to go and get.
It would be retribution, wouldn't it, for Silverstone, where it was ripped away from him. And also for Yamaha this weekend, it's their 70th anniversary since they started to produce motorcycles. It would be fantastic for them. And also, you know, he was so vocal on Friday, more vocal than I think maybe I've ever heard him. You know, saying that I came to this project, I was convinced to stay here by Max Bartolini, the pressure's on him, I wanted to see more results, I'm not seeing them. He really, really opened up, didn't he? Which is quite un-Fabio-like. So this story that's developing is fantastic for him.
It really is. We hope the fairy tale goes full circle and he can regain another title for Yamaha. I hope the special livery looks absolutely beautiful. What a way it would be to reward everyone if he can get a victory this weekend. And the V4 is in development. The inline 4's impressive this year. The steps they've made, Fabio's back to his best. I think, you know, you can't understate the work that Yamaha have put into this project to develop concurrently 2 bikes, to get a satellite team in Pramac, to get a Moto2 team. They've thrown the checkbook at it. They've got invested in Max Bartolini, Paolo Pefesio coming in. It's such a turnaround over the last 24 months, and yet Fabio asked for it. He's got the big paycheck as well, so they've invested in him, and it'll come full circle. I'm sure he will deliver another title.
It is exceptional when you look at it like that. All they need now is the results.
Yeah, well, it's coming, definitely. And yeah, the effort, you know, to turn around a situation like this, it was an absolute disaster, you know, last year, a couple of years ago, just absolutely nowhere at the back of the grid, making full use of the concessions. Okay, the concessions are there, but to go and actually use it and make a difference, the effort is huge, the investment in time and manpower, and, you know, so all these people working in this project feel like they deserve, you know, they deserve something, and maybe it's coming this afternoon.
And just to set that up then, maybe it is coming this afternoon. For Yamaha to beat Ducati here, yes, we know this used to be a Yamaha circuit, but that was years ago. For the last 3 years, it's very much been a Ducati circuit. It's very much been a Pecco Bagnaia circuit. If Fabio can beat those 3 Ducatis behind him, well, all the Ducatis, but particularly the ones that are right behind him, just how massive is that?
Huge, it really will be, and especially the run of races we're coming into. I know Saxon Ring's Mark's track, but it should be a good Yamaha circuit. Then we're going to Brno, which hasn't been on the calendar. Summer break then, but obviously Yamaha getting a bit of momentum behind. They've employed Dovizioso recently. Everything sort of, in my mind, is really the chips are all sort of coming together. It's all lining up for them, and yeah, fingers crossed they can have that victory this weekend.
And who doesn't like a bag of chips?
No, true.
Exactly. There we go. As a note towards that.
Well, thank you to Susie. Thank you to the team as well. What an absolutely fantastic ride we are getting into as well. With this one, that's Mugello. Well, that'll do. Right, we'll be back later for all the action. Take care. We'll see you for the sprint. Bye-bye.